Welcome to the Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest Boot Lake Campground. I'm going to give you a quick little tour of here. This one should be fairly short. I see 34 sites. There are 34 sites. $18 a night. Of recreation.gov, you can reserve these sites, or you can check to see if they're available and just come in and book a site. Let's start with the amenities. Yes, they have pit toilets. I don't think there's anything better than that here. This is the parking area for the boat launch. And let's take you over to the beach. Here is the nice beach area. This is lovely. Nice big sandy beach. Let's see what the water's like. And it looks like a nice sandy beach going in. Now apparently there is a lot of private land around the lake, private residences. So there will be other boaters out here as well. Well, that was unexpected. I just took the trail up. There's a water pump back there from the beach and I found myself in a site. There's another trail that goes to the beach from the site. Site looks impeccably maintained, very nicely cleared. That actually looks raked over there. And I assume this is probably site 1. Yes, right across from the campground host. And it is reserved, or reservable. Campground house over at 2. Firewood and ice available. This is site 3. Nice pad here. It's all gravel. Place you can stick a tent off on the side too. This is the official trail to the beach, which looks less traveled than the one up at the first site. Site 4 over here on my left. They have a boat somewhere. It's not here. Okay, this is site 5. It is heavily sloped down to the marshes down here. And that's reservable. Over here, site 6, he's squeezed in. He's barely fitting in with this Class A. But this backs up to the lake over here. Nice site beyond, but I don't know if you can see it. The lake is right down there through the trees. All right, site 7 over here, non-reservable, so you'll take it if you like it. Sort of paved here, right along the edge, and then it just slopes downhill. Site 8 is reservable and reserved at some point this coming up. We'll take a look up here. Very heavy slope up to this one. And you can kind of get a sense of the water back there. So if you're here early in the spring or late in the fall, when things aren't as filled out, you'll be able to see the water better. But there's a nice path down, and we're going to check it out. So follow the path down. Sandy bottom. I can see the marks from when boats have beached here. So you can pull your boat right up here, tie it off. It's a nice little isolated side section of the lake. So the layout here is it's reservable every other inside one and reservable every other outside one. So back to 9 here on the water side, non-reservable. So you just first come, first serve. And 10 is reservable. Both of those, that's got a big slope, but where the camper was fairly flat. And down here you actually kind of drop off and down in. Okay, 11. I'm sure they list this as fairly long. It is quite a ways back, but it's got quite the slope up. That's a reserved one, and then all your amenities or your picnic table and stuff is over on the side. All right, 12 over here. This is a nice long flat site. This is reservable. This is very nice if you have a big rig. That's a long ways back there. There is a trail right there that takes you down to the lake. And 13 on the other side. It's got this travel trailer in it right now. 14 over here, they're parking in now. Actually looks like a decent site. That looks fairly flat. 15 here still backs up to the water. It gets a little rough on the right, so you'd want to slope in towards the fire pit. Now I'm down here at sort of a dead-end loop. We're going to walk around. Now just know it's kind of marshy down in here, and the lake is over on this side only. So you may get some mosquito issues out here. Okay, this is 16. Fairly isolated from everybody else. This one is a pretty sweet spot. It's a bit of a slope up, but it probably has the best view out onto the water. There's less brush right down here low. So it's very nice. Why anybody would put a picnic table on that slope, I don't know. I'm sure you can see that slope now. That's a little crazy. And the fire ring is underground. Okay, don't fall in. But this is what's inside this little circle here. I'm sure the mosquitoes love that. I'm also pretty sure you're going to hear frogs at night. Now here on the back side of that loop is 17. Very secluded from the others. If you move the picnic table over, you can bring an RV way up in. That's just kind of in the way right now. It would be just fine over here, but if you want a tent, that's the place you want to put it. All right, like I said, you take the picnic table, move it over here. Now you'll be able to back your RV all the way up to those rocks. Have a ton of room, and still have room for the boat and the vehicle that brought the boat and your vehicle that brought your camper. And good spot for a hammock out there too. All right, we are more than halfway, I think. We got site 18 here, reservable site. It's actually fairly nice. It is a little initial slope, but then it levels off. Beautiful little site. 19 over here, great for the little pop-up. And that was reservable. 20 is not. Down in there, but nice and flat once you get down there. Move the picnic table wherever you want, and a path to the pit toilets. 21 is one of these first come first serve. It's really kind of, no, you got a huge space here. This is a great RV site or for anything. I love the little tree between the two big trees on this one. 22 is reservable and nice and flat once you get off the initial slope down. That's a nice one. 23, you definitely have a nice flat pad and then a raised area where if you're doing a tents up there. 24, long site, straight back. That'll hold something big, except note the trees are kind of hanging in over there. So if you're just showing up looking, you check to see if the tag sitting here has today's date on it. This one lost its date. It's obviously been here for a little while and it rained. And there's another tag here. They kind of pile up. 25, simple pad, then you step down to the tent and fire ring area. And again, with these, if you look at these and the today's date is not listed, you can still book that until the reservation date. 26, reservable. This is a long site. There is, see the little greenery over on the right, there's a little dip there, but if you're good, you can get a vehicle way back in there. Have more trouble getting around the corners in the campground than into here. 27, non-reservable, decent. Looks like someone was up there last night. There's a dry spot. 28, reservable. This one, you gotta know, maybe get a pop-up here or just park and tent up top with your fire ring. 29, reservable, but they have no upcoming reservations on it. So it backs up over there. 30 is reservable. And it is a really wide circle. It's not really so much long as it's just a big open space. This space is a little bizarre. 31, 32. 32 parks up here. 31, this is a steep slope up to get to the flat pad. And then on 32, you have to hike up a couple sets of stairs to get to the picnic table and fire ring. Another pair here, 33 over here, and he did find a hole in the trees for a Starlink. 34 over here, stairs go up top. So I'm kind of looking here at the instructions, and I see Campground, Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest, Beach Boat Landing, Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest. All the way down here to finally figure out which campground am I at? Boot Lake. Boot Lake Campground. So that was the map. Went up this way, out here. 17 was that really isolated one. The lake comes in here, and then back around, and ended here where the little schoolie was with the Starlink. And the beach is down here. So that's my quick tour of Boot Lake Campground in the Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest. Half reservable, half not. If you want to make sure you have the perfect site that you think you want, check recreation.gov. Otherwise, show up, pay your $18 a night, and pick a site. Thanks for watching. Get on out there, and I'll see you in the next one.